When I tell you the whole fucking world ran into the damn room, everybody was up in that motherfucker. It was so packed. It was like hella family and hella nurses, hella whoever the fuck. I don't know. It probably was gender in that bitch. The motherfucking custodian. Ain't they the same person? Yes, whatever. I don't give a fuck. The fucking chef. I don't fucking know, but it was a lot of people in there.
Hey you guys, it's LoveLeeGalore here and I'm back with another video. So this video, as you know from the title, is about my teen pregnancy story. I got pregnant at the age of 16 years old from my longtime boyfriend. We are no longer together, of course. Okay, so I didn't get my period. I did not believe that I could get pregnant. Like, I just didn't think that that was in the cards for me. I just like, that can't happen. I'm not gonna be pregnant at the age of 16. That's crazy. I blamed it on being bulimic. I was throwing up and everything like that after my meals, and I would make myself throw up. Sometimes I was a junior. I was in school and my friend told me,
like, why is your belly so big?
I was a slim, thick type of girl, like abs, everything, you know? So when she's like, why is your belly so big? Like, you pregnant or something? And I was just like it kind of hit me. So she was my best friend. She is my best friend. So I kind of went to her and I was like, I need a pregnancy test. Like, maybe I should try and, you know, figure it out. And then she was like, all right, I'm gonna get you one. So there was a girl that she told me was pregnant already, and we knew her. We all hung out. She got a pregnancy test from her and she tried to make it seem like it was for somebody else, but of course it was for me. So we all went into the bathroom when we got the pregnancy test from her. She was in there too. She took one too, even though she knew she was pregnant. She just wanted to take one. So I took it, I waited, and I looked at it and it was positive. And I just laughed. I laughed and my friend was just like, what are you laughing about? So I showed her and she laughed. So we were just laughing, but I think that was just me laughing at the fact that I screwed up my life or something. I don't know. At the time, that was probably my thought. It kind of settled in on me. My friend was just like, what are you gonna do? So I called my longtime boyfriend's mother. She answered the phone crying. So I'm like, I'm thinking in my mind, why is she crying? So she's crying and she's like,
you know, so-and-so went to jail.
It's my longtime boyfriend. Like, oh, well, I'm pregnant. And she was like,
what?
And she was like,
wait, I gotta call you back. I gotta call you back.
So she hung the phone. I was in my lunch period at the time and I decided to skip the rest of school to go down there. So my best friend and I went down there. We left school, we caught the bus and we went down there. So I ended up taking a pregnancy test over there with them and it was positive. And immediately my thought was, I'm having an abortion. Like, I'm not going to keep this baby. I'm 16 years old. I just started to get my grades up. Like, the end of sophomore year, I told myself that I was going to do better in school. And I did. I started to do better in school. And junior year, I was getting my A's and B's. I was not playing. Junior year is the year that colleges look at. And I was like, I am not messing this up at all. So I ended up calling Planned Parenthood. I was listening to their little automated voice message stuff. And, you know, his mom told me, like,
you know, I'm gonna help you. If you need help, I'm there for you. If you gotta go to school, I'll watch the baby. Like, just don't give up his firstborn. Don't give it up.
And I was just like, you know what? Like, okay, I won't give it up. It's kind of sad, like, but that was just my mindset at that age. So I decided to keep the baby. And I was scared to tell my mom. So I had his aunt tell my mom. She told my mom was at work. I feel like my mom always finds out everything when she's at work. She was crying. She couldn't control herself. I didn't want to talk to her. But she was like, you know, I'm at work. I'll talk to you guys later. When I ended up going home, my mom sat down with me. We kind of talked a little bit. And she wanted to take me to the doctor, of course. So she took me to the doctor and they did a pregnancy test on me. And they came back in the room and told my mom and myself, like, yes, you are pregnant. And they wanted to know what I was going to do. And I told them immediately, like, I'm going to keep it. And my mom just Started crying again. I felt so bad. I felt like I was like betraying her. Like I knew that she wanted so much for me and everything like that. And like I said, at the time, I just didn't understand too much. So I was just like, you know, whatever. My sister told me that she was pregnant. My sister was 19 and she told me that she was pregnant. She didn't tell my mom yet, but she was going to tell my mom. So I was just like, okay, my mom's gonna have a cow. Both her daughters are pregnant at young ages. This is not cool. One day, my sister was going through the mail. She saw a letter from him and she opened my goddamn letter, y'all. She opened the letter and she read it and she called my mom. She called my mom. I was sitting on the bed with my mom. I just heard on the phone like,
Mom, do you know that Lima is pregnant? So-and-so wrote it in the letter. So-and-so wrote it in the letter. I'm gonna come bring you the letter. She's pregnant. She's pregnant. You know she's pregnant?
and I'm just like, this little traitor. Like, she told me in confidence that she was pregnant. My mom didn't know yet. I ain't say shit. And then she gonna run and tell my mom? Like, what? She fake. She ended up coming home and we kind of all talked about it. We kind of all cried and, you know, leading up to the days I ended up, you know, giving birth. I was overdue. I was due April 14th, 2009. I was going to be induced for April 25th. I ended up having the baby on April 22nd. And it wasn't planned for me to have the baby on the 22nd. I was just having contractions. They weren't too far apart. But I went to the hospital anyways and they was like, you're overdue, so you might as well just stay. Just start this labor process right now. And my sister ended up having her baby on the 6th of April. So 2 weeks later, I ended up having mine. And my sister's baby wasn't home yet. She had to go to the NICU because she was in the NICU for a while because she swallowed her poop inside of the belly. And I heard that that's really, 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 really bad. So she was in the NICU and yeah. I ended up staying in the hospital. So I was having contractions and I had to wait for my mom to consent that I could get the epidural for me to get the fucking epidural. But the contractions were a little bit, you know, strong. It wasn't to the stages where you gotta scream and pull somebody's wig off, but it was just to the stages where it's like, okay, like, you know. My mom ended up coming and she got off work and she came up there. She signed the paper that I was able to have the epidural and I got the epidural. Y'all, don't get epidural. I mean, it works, but then again, don't get epidural. It was the worst feeling ever to have, like, to have something in your back drip. It was just not cool. Like right now, like I'm just I ended up jumping and she, like, the nurse clenched me because she was like,
if you move, you're going to be paralyzed.
and I was like I was scared, but I was like, I have to move, like this is weird. So like I jumped, she clenched me, she was like, don't move, honey, you're gonna be paralyzed or whatever, da, da, da. And I was just like, okay. So that was done. I got my IV, I got everything set up, and then,
You know, this fine little nurse came in. He was so fine, he was so tall, y'all, and so chocolate. He lucky I was only 16. He came in and he broke my water, you know. He broke my water and that's okay.
broke my water. And that basically was starting the process of, you know, whatever. So I kind of slept through the whole thing because, like I said, I got the epidural. So I did not feel the contractions until it was time to motherfucking push. I was laying in bed and my sister, my cousin, and our friend were sitting in the room with me having a whole conversation. I barely could sleep because these hoes were so motherfucking loud, okay?
They was talking over there and I was in and out of like a daze because I'm just like waking up to what the fuck they're saying and then going back to sleep. Waking up because they just like amplified fucking talking and shit.
So I'm laying there and I feel this sharp ass pain in my stomach and it made me yelp. I was just like, what's going on? I have the epidural. I shouldn't be feeling pain. So I'm like, they're in there. So I'm like, oh my God, get the nurse, get the nurse, get the nurse. I'm in pain, get the nurse, get the nurse. And they get up together and they walking like this, still talking. I'm like, hurry up. So They hurry up, get the nurse.
When I tell you the whole fucking world ran into the damn room, everybody was up in that motherfucker. We all were in the room and they were like, she's ready to push, she's ready to go, and I was crying because I was in pain.
And my sister was crying. She's like, why is she in pain? Does she have an epidural? His aunt, like his older aunt, like his great aunt, is in the background crying. Everyone's like, why are you crying? And she's like, I don't know. His mom's sister comes over to me and she grabs this button. It was this button with like whenever you push it, it releases the medicine into my body. And she kept pressing it. She was just like, why is she still feeling pain? It was just crazy. It was hilarious. Everyone's being crazy. Now that I look back at it, it was just like, wow, I went through that. Something that irritated me was that they were telling me to lift my legs up.
For us mothers that know, you can't fucking lift your legs up when you have a fucking epidural because you're paralyzed. You're paralyzed from the fucking waist down. You can't move a fucking inch. Duh.
They put my legs up, they fall back down. So they're like, okay, someone hold her legs, someone hold her legs. So they're holding my legs and then I'm pushing. I think I pushed like 2 or 3 times and I was done. So he came out and they threw him on me and I was just like, my baby. I was doped the fuck out. They took him, of course, to clean him up. I guess he split me, so the doctor had to sew me up. She sounded like she was high. She was just talking. She's sewing me up. She's just like,
everything's great. You did wonderfully. Everything's great. You were great. You're the best pusher I know. Yes, you are. You did great. Everything's great. Wonderful. Unicorns. Sprinkles. Milk.
she just seemed like she was high. Everybody kind of got out the room. They had to leave out because I was going to be transported. They cleaned the baby up and they gave me the baby and I was just holding him. So yeah, that was my labor and delivery story for my first child, my son. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the story. It was pretty long. I'll see you guys in another video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on social media. Oh, and if you guys are wondering about my headband, I made this. My Etsy shop is going to be available very, very soon. I am going to link it on the 2 videos that you see me with this. So keep checking the description box for the link to these, okay? You can buy them on my Etsy shop. I still have a couple tweaks and stuff to add to my Etsy shop before I go and open it up. Just keep on looking out for the link for these. Okay, so thank you guys for watching my video. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.